What's up, what's up, what's up? I hope y'all having a fantastic, peaceful, wonderful day wherever you are on this beautiful green, blue, brown planet of ours. I hope you are doing well. I want to discuss a movie that's very unique. It is unique. It's unique and had about I think about 3 sequels. I'm going to be talking about The First Purge. So, if you've seen The First Purge, you know it's based on the series. I think it was 3 movies made from the series called The Purge. If you never saw it, The Purge is a unique movie that has never been seen before. I give it that. It's very unique. Here's the synopsis for The Purge. One day out of the year in the United States, everything goes. You have about 24 hours. You can do anything you want in those 24 hours. You can kill. You can rape. You can molest. You can get drunk. You can have orgies right out in the middle of the street if you wanted to. You probably could even have sex with animals if you wanted to, but that's disgusting. You probably could even have sex with your animals, and nothing will happen to you in that 24-hour period here in the United States. That's what the Purge series is all about. One day where mayhem rules. You get to let it all hang out. If your boss was an asshole, you and your buddies, your sister and your brother can go track that boss and end his life, and nothing would happen to you. You could probably even rip him apart from limb to limb. You can burn him. You can hang him. You can tie him up. Do anything you want in that 24-hour period of mayhem. That's what the Purge series is all about. 24 hours. Anyone who got on your nerves 365 days of the year, you get your one day of revenge. If you can find them, of course. Because if your boss or your teacher or whoever was an a-hole, they probably shacked up, holed up somewhere where you can't find them. They probably say, look, okay, this is the Purge. I better get out of here so these people don't come and try to track me down. Alright, so that's the synopsis of The Purge. You got a quick background glimpse of what The Purge series is about if you've never seen it. If you want to, you can go to Netflix, Hulu, or wherever, and download it and watch what The Purge is all about. Alright, but this is called The First Purge. Purge number 1. The First Purge was not nationwide. It wasn't from East Coast to the West Coast. It wasn't from the North or to the South United States. The First Purge, it was located in one particular area. It was an experiment. An experiment to see if we let people have one day to do whatever they want, what would be the outcome? We're going to make this, so in a movie, they made that experiment to give people a one-day outlet to vent whatever frustration you had inside. You didn't like that D in your class? You didn't like that F in your class? You can vent out your rage and anger on whoever. You didn't like that. You didn't like not getting that raise on your job, and you worked there 20 years, and you only had 3 raises. You can go take out your frustration on anyone you wanted to. You hate the way your wife has sex with you. You hate the way your husband has sex with you. You can use that one day of the purge to sleep with whoever you wanted to. Whoever. And nobody, your husband, or your wife could not say you cheated, because you can say all I did was obey the rules for the purge. But so like I said, the first purge was a controlled experiment. I forgot what city it was in, but I don't even know if they announced the city. But you can go back, watch that first purge, and see what city it in. It reveals why masks are worn. If we saw that the very first purge or the second purge, you know, most people in those purges, they don't show their normal, regular human face. They like to hide their identity. They like to wear on little masks, so you don't know who did the killing, the raping, the child molestation, that you slept with the animal, or whatever. The purge movies, they always wore some type of disguise. And if you look at the first purge, it will reveal why. You will see why people wore masks. Because if you see the first purge, well, I'll let you just see it. I'm not going to say anything to spoil it. Just go watch that first purge. So it reveals why masks are worn. And the first purge was recorded. Now I think they all are recorded. Now, I haven't watched the very first one in a number of years, but I think they all recorded. But this first purge, it definitely got into who was the mastermind behind the recording. It showed you that the recording was taking place live. I don't know if the other purges did that. They showed you that the purge was taking place on national television for anyone to watch, that it was being recorded. And oh yeah, when it was being recorded, they wore some type of apparatus. I'm not going to tell you what they put on to signify that it was recorded, but they had to put it on a special device, and when they did something that met the rules of the purge, the person would be compensated with money or whatever. So if you killed somebody in the first purge, you got some type of compensation for doing it. So it revealed why the mask was worn. It showed you that the first purge was a recorded event by the people who made it. Alright. And it also showed you who created the purge. Who was the mastermind behind it? What was their reasons for making the purge? It revealed all that. Why it was made. You got to see who was the originators behind it, and why they wanted the purge to be a smashing success. Those are things I liked about the movie. Now, here's some things I did not like about the purge. It showed the typical inner city experimentation. If you all know anything about the United States, or about European people throughout the world, it seemed like they always had a select group of people, who I will not name, who they used to experiment on. And just like in typical European history, the first purge had their particular test group of the inner city people. And you know, whether you are in Britain or the United States or the United Kingdom, what type of people live in the inner city. So they was the people who got experimented on gleefully. There was no remorse on experimenting on those people. They was happy to experiment on them and to use them. When you watch that movie, it has that us versus the world scenario. What I mean by that is every movie have a group of people where it's 2 or 3 of them trying to escape, trying to run away, trying to fight the people in that particular world. And it definitely, hold up, the us versus them always take place in these type of movies. Action movies. If you watch Die Hard, Under Siege, etc. It was a us versus them mentality. The purge has that. But in this case, it's not one person versus the environment. It's like several of them. But you have to see those people by watching that movie. Alright. Alright. Next, it had clear villains. Like most Hollywood films, it had definable villains in the movies. And like usual for a movie, the villain usually redeem himself at the end of the movie and become a hero. That same scenario is played out here. The typical Hollywood, the typical movie scenario. A bad guy, throughout 95% of the movie, all of a sudden has a change of heart to save whoever, so he becomes, quote, the hero. And like I said, it's dealing with the inner city, so it has racial stereotypes in the movie. Loud music, profanity, loudmouth women, weak siblings, strong sister. Those are the inner city stereotypes the movie industry, especially Hollywood, loves to play on. The weak brother, the strong sister. The evil villain who loves to curse all of the movie. The loud mouth, older lady. The wimpy crying lady who's saying, save me, save me. It shows those typical movie stereotypes. As I said in the movie, I'm tired of it. The villain gets to turn into the hero. That plays out in this movie. He turns to the hero to try, but in this reason, okay, it made sense why he became a hero, because he tried to protect what was his. So he had to become, he wanted to really protect what was his, whether it was his property, his friends, his relatives, etc. So that was the motivation for him to become the hero. He was protecting what he felt was his. Another thing I just liked, it had that basic movie scenario again of the dumb scientist and the evil politician. I'm not going to go into no big detail in that, but hey, the evil scientist, I'm sorry, the evil politician who want the experiment to take place, but then all of a sudden they turn around and manipulate the experiment so it can turn out the way they want it to turn out. The dumb scientist who believe that the politician is going to stick to the rules, and then the dumb scientist found out that the politician was doing something wrong. And in that scenario, you know what usually happened to the scientist. I'm not even going to tell you. So, this is my view on The First Purge. It was a good movie. It held my attention. I didn't yawn. I didn't get sleepy. So it held my attention for a horror, thriller, genre type of movie. So if you get the chance, ladies and gentlemen, go rent The First Purge. I would give it a C+. You all have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by. Take care.